Hi people. A few days ago, Alterac Valley opened up, and most people are farming it for the reputation and the honor. As you might have noticed, Horde loses quite a lot. It's probably something like a 70% loss rate. As I've understood it, this has got something to do with a terrain advantage the Alliance has. If both Alliance and Horde rush the enemy boss, that's Drekthar or Vandar, Alliance will win most of the time. The Alliance simply arrives sooner at Drekthar and can begin killing off his lieutenants. So, with equally skilled teams where both are rushing, the Alliance will win a majority of the games. So, how do you win against that? And when answering the question, I'll just avoid with play better, have more skilled players and such, because that's a universal answer and it's never really useful, even though it's true. Also, note that this won't make Hordies have a 100% win rate, but maybe tilt that away from the 30-70 towards some more 50-50 or so. So, the thing you have to do is to buy time somehow. And there are a number of ways to do so, but they all revolve around splitting up the Alliance raid and delaying them as much as possible. One way is having all the mages, shamans and hunters charge right into the Alliance raid as they pass by the Belinda bunker. Use Frost Trap, Earthbite Totem and Frost Nova. Just AoE down as many as possible. Each time part of the raid demounts while others keep running, you split up the raid into smaller segments which are more vulnerable. It could also be a good idea to catch the last part of the Alliance raid by Belinda, the ones who just fell behind for some reason, and down those players. The next good opportunity comes at the Horde equivalent of Belinda, whatever he is called, I don't know. If you could rush inside and snipe the healers, you might get lucky and wipe the Alliance raid. Or at least you diminish their numbers a bit and delay them again. Next stop comes at the towers. The archers deal some significant damage and provide a good place to kill off another parts of the ally raid. While you're killing off smaller parts of the Alliance raid, make sure to loot the corpses. Each turn-in provides at least one rep for the whole raid, so if 10 players do a total of 10 turn-in each, that's an extra 100 reputation during the battleground. They also provide benefits for the entire team and upgrade your units. As of now, when you've defended your first boss and the towers in the front, it's time to make use of your trinket and get to your base. If you get right into the ally raid, try and blow up some healers. Next, try and recap the graveyards and turn in all reputation items, the blood and armor scraps. You can use add-ons like Leatrix Plus to turn in a lot of items quickly. Your goal now is to try and kill the tank or healers of the remaining ally raid while they fight the mini-bosses. Just keep on charging into the ally raid and aim for key targets. Make use of big AoE abilities. If you, at this point, manage to wipe the Alliance raid, you will most likely win. The Alliance very rarely defend, simply because their rush tactic give them such a high win ratio. Meanwhile, they can finish an Alterac Valley in less than 10 minutes, and Horde can gather 2,000 to 3,000 honor and some reputation during these 10 minutes. It's nice to win a few battlegrounds every now and then. You also get a lot of extra honor and reputation by actually winning. You probably get 3 to 4 times more reputation by winning compared to losing. That's 350 for killing Vandar, a bunch of smaller amounts for the mines, towers and officers you still have, and so on. And on top of that, you get 3 marks of Alterac Valley, which you can turn in for roughly 400 honor and 100 reputation. You also shouldn't dismiss the turn-ins. The blood and armor can be turned in from the start, however the different kinds of flesh requires you to retrieve your flight masters. There is one in each tower up to Stonehearth, where you find one in the northern ones of the 2 bunkers. The Stormpike flesh gives 1 reputation with Alterac Valley per turn in. Each lieutenant's flesh gives 5, and each commander's flesh gives either 5 or 10. I don't know, to be honest. The NPCs have to be retrieved from Alliance bunkers, and the better the turn-in, the harder they are to retrieve. I believe you can turn in 120 soldiers fresh, 60 lieutenants and 30 commanders, for a total of 720 reputation. That's pretty good. So, for hordes to win this battleground, they normally have to drag it out. However, if the ones defending do the turn-ins, it can be very efficient reputation-wise. A horde win with this delaying tactic takes perhaps 20 to 30 minutes, but for a potential of maybe 1300 reputation, it could definitely be worth it. It's also a lot more fun, at least that's my belief, to have some PvP instead of just doing the PvE objectives. I hope you found this useful and maybe learned something new. Like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you like blowing up mages.